Late in 1948, the Royal Automobile Club of Great Britain gets the use of an aerodrome at Silverstone and decides to run its own Grand Prix. Apart from the many pre-war cars, there's a new 1.5-litre Maserati. It still has the old 4-cylinder supercharged engine, but the chassis is tubular and it has a more streamlined body. The wide open spaces of an aerodrome don't make an ideal road circuit. But gangs of enthusiasts have spent days putting down hundreds of straw bales to make artificial corners. No one is seriously hurt, and the new Maseratis are out in front. Maserati's up-and-coming driver, Alberto Ascari, is on 11. Villoresi now leads on 18. The British ERAs are called unkindly Early English Perpendicular, but Gerrard's is as fast as a Maserati. Villoresi leads Ascari in by 14 seconds with an ERA close behind. Britain's first Grand Prix for many years is an overwhelming success. There's a second circuit at Goodwood in West Sussex, which has some of the old Brooklands atmosphere. Reg Parnell has just bought one of the new Maseratis, regretting that there's still no British car to replace the ERAs. There is, however, a tiny factory at Surbiton on the outskirts of London, building modest racing cars on a commercial basis. John Cooper, in the centre, uses simple 500cc motorbike engines, but has the advanced idea of independent suspension all round.
How do you keep the motor cool in the back there? Oh, you can see that better over here.
Cooper and his father began by building cars for their own fun, but they now have many customers, including that greatest of all enthusiasts, Raymond Sommer. A wistful Nuvolari takes a keen interest. Racing 500cc cars began in England as a cheap form of amateur sport, but as it grows in popularity, Coopers increasingly dominate the class. Drivers and constructors get valuable experience as they learn things the hard way. The Coopers, with their rear engines on light chassis, are the shape of things to come. And more often, the leading Cooper is driven by a young man in a white crash helmet who somehow goes faster than anyone else. He is not yet 20, and his name is Stirling Moss. Another newcomer makes its debut in 1948, the Grand Prix Ferrari. It is short, squat and ugly, but behind the grille is a V12 engine that is technically well in advance of the Alfa Straight 8. The Italian Grand Prix in Turin is to be the tryout of the new Ferrari. But again, Vermeil in his Alfa leads from start to finish. Sommer, on 28, finds the short Ferrari tricky to handle and never seriously challenges Vermeil. On the 17th of October 1948, the famous Italian circuit at Monza near Milan is reopened with new grandstands and facilities for the 100,000 spectators needed to make any major race financially sound. Famous drivers of the past are guests of honor. Many pre-war champions are still driving, but it is Jean-Pierre Vermeil who is now the accepted master. Farina has left Alfa to try his luck with the new Ferrari. Villoresi remains faithful to Maserati, together with his own pupil and protege, Alberto Ascari. Alfa Romeo and Maserati have met the challenge of the new formula by developing their pre-war 1.5-litre blown engines. Both parts of the formula are well justified. For the less heavily stressed and more economical Lago Talbot, with their 4.5-litre unblown engines, have also several Grand Prix wins. Motor racing is finally back in all its pre-war glory, both as a spectacle and as a contest between the most skilled and courageous drivers of many nations, backed up by the finest engineers and mechanics. For 3 critical hours, the results of years of research and patient development are put to the test in the hands of a few picked men. Once again, Italy has a circuit where she can show the world the speed and control of the latest Italian racing cars. Vermeil leads the field. The winner of those first races in Paris has gone from victory to victory and is now at the height of his fame. Every racing driver, however, must face the fact that each race may be his last, and Vermeil is to lose his life before the winter is over. Motor racing has always had its tragedy, its triumph, and even its comedy. Jean-Pierre Vermeil has driven his last race, but motor racing itself is now triumphantly reborn.